The Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Birwozi, other honorable ministers and deputy ministers here present, Honorable Joanna Mamombe, the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Tourism and Hospitality, and members of that Portfolio Committee, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Emru Shkwaya, and Deputy Chief Secretaries here present. His Worship, the Mayor of the City of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, senior government officials, honorable members of Parliament, captains of industry, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the media fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am deeply honored to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, to the official launch of the tourism and hospitality industry policy being held here in Harare Metropolitan Province. Your Excellency, guided by your visionary mantra, Nyika Inova Kwanevenevayo, Harare Metropolitan Province stands ready to lead in the implementation of this transformative policy. As a province, we are embracing a cluster-based promotional approach, capitalizing on our strengths in business tourism, cultural tourism, township tourism, and urban ecotourism. We are deeply grateful as Harare Metropolitan Province to the Minister of Tourism and Hospitality for your office efforts in addressing tourism key issues as we continue driving the economy towards the attainment of Vision 2030 goals. Distinguished invited guests, as a province, we are proud to host some of Zimbabwe's captivating attractions. Our tourism product is a vibrant and it is diverse, is also emerging as a dynamic hub for township and culinary tourism, where visitors can explore bustling markets, savor our traditional cuisines, and enjoy vibrant entertainment throughout the province. I am confident that the tourism industry policy will help to boost the tourism sector that benefits local communities, fosters economic growth, and showcases our unique attractions in the world, to the world generally. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand at the crossroads of opportunity and growth, it is imperative that we chart a course that not only enhances our tourism infrastructure, but also preserves the rich cultural heritage and natural beauty. To embrace this tourism and hospitality industry policy, together we can unlock the full potential of our tourism industry and create a brighter future for our country. I thank you. Ndatenda Siabonga Maita.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Let's give him another hand of applause for those welcome remarks. I now have the pleasure to invite Honorable Minister Birwozi to make some remarks and introduction of the guest of honor. Honorable Birwozi, Madam.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, Your Excellency, the patron of tourism, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa in absentia. Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. Chiwenga in absentia. Vice President, Honorable Keno, Retired Mohadi. The National Chairman of ZANU-PF and Minister of Defense, Honorable OCZ Mchinguri Kashiri. The Minister of Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Tawengwa, and other ministers here present, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Rushwaya, Deputy Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Tongai Mnangagwa, Parliament Portfolio Committee Chairman on Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Joanne Mamombe, and all the Parliament Committee members here present, the Mayor of Harare, His Worship Councillor J. Mafume, the President of the Tourism Business Council. Your Excellency, allow me to ride on the other protocol already observed. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a defining moment in our journey to reposition Zimbabwe as a premier tourism destination, as His Excellency, the President of Zimbabwe, launches a blueprint for inclusive growth of a vibrant tourism sector and a compass that will guide us as we journey towards Vision 2030. Your Excellency, the tourism policy you are launching here today is a product of wide stakeholder consultations carried out across the country in all 10 provinces last year. The consultative process included and engaged women, youth, and persons with disabilities in the tourism and hospitality industry, and that is in line with inclusive strategy, your own inclusive strategy, Your Excellency, of leaving no one and no place behind in our country. Under your leadership, Your Excellency, tourism sector is clearly growing as a key economic pillar with a value chain that cuts across the broad spectrum of society and communities, in particular the marginalized communities, thereby feeding into your upper middle income society by 2030. Furthermore, Your Excellency, tourism sector plays a significant role in attracting foreign direct investment and facilitates continuous engagement and re-engagement efforts. Zimbabwe is an easy destination to sell, Your Excellency. Our country is beautiful, that's a fact. It is safe, a fact again, and with natural attractions. To an extent, Your Excellency, that particularly international visitors confirm that Zimbabwe has great people who are very hospitable, and it's a country that is peaceful. A country that is peaceful with hardworking people. And this was affirmed, Your Excellency, by the regional statistics that ranked your destination, Zimbabwe, on the position 6th, a country that is most visited in African countries in 2024. Zimbabwe was number 6. We followed behind Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, South Africa, and Algeria. This is a result of your engagement and support of innovative and aggressive destination marketing strategies to position our country as the destination of choice, both for domestic and international tourists. We also want to thank you, Your Excellency, for the Ministry of Finance and Treasury that are supporting all these efforts through your approval. Strategically, Your Excellency, we have come up with 12 clusters of the sector in order to critically analyze the needs of each and every sector in our tourism industry in terms of growth and promotion. We are putting up a lot of effort and focus on promoting culture and heritage, as we have, and you approved, Your Excellency, that we are a heritage-based economy. So we are as well heritage-based tourism. So culture and heritage leads on our focus, sports tourism as well, and MICE tourism, which speaks to meetings, incentives, conferences, and events tourism. When people gather, when people come for meetings and come for conferences, that's when tourism booms in terms of income, and we are promoting that sector. An example for this was the Ramza that you officiated last week, COP15, which had 3,000 delegates in Victoria Falls, as well as UNECA, that was hosted last year, Zambia and Zimbabwe Energy Summit, and many other, Your Excellency, that are upcoming in our country. We have seen that as we bid for these conferences, Your Excellency, the moment we mention Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls, it's a seller across the world, and people are coming. Allow me to express, Your Excellency, our heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed industry stakeholders, private sector partners, development collaborators, and indeed every Zimbabwean in our country who supported us during the consultations of this policy. We also want to thank our Parliament Portfolio Committee led by Honorable Joanne Mamombe, who most of them are here. I'm expecting all of them because we invited the whole committee to be in the house. We thank you. Now, allow me to introduce our guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor fought for his people and is still fighting in the Second Republic. He went for liberation struggle. And us, the young ones, when we read and when we hear what he speaks about what he went through, we are inspired. But he is still fighting for his people when the country is under sanctions. We are having a lot of people asking us, Your Excellency, I'm being asked by my colleagues, that how is Zimbabwe growing its GDP under the circumstances? And we give it to our president and his strategies. Your Vision 2030 and NDS 1, getting into NDS 2, is working very well. Your Excellency, you are fighting the economic prosperity through modernization and industrialization agenda that you want to attain by 2030. This trajectory is expressed through deliberate industrialization and modernization policies, including the formulation and implementation of heritage-based tourism development through innovative policy formulation. Our guest of honor is investing in knowledge and innovation across all sectors, including tourism and hospitality industry. He has taught us self-confidence. He's always telling us, you can be wrong, but just do it. Just try anything. That's self-confidence that he's teaching us on a daily basis. And never to be defined by others, and never to be confined by the past, but to be in charge of our future as a nation with confidence and determination and with no limits on what we can do and what we can be. Our guest of honor is the author of this heritage-based tourism development, which encourages tourism to be based on what God has given us as Zimbabweans. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor is His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Your Excellency, sir.
Our Director of Ceremonies, the Honorable Vice President, General Retired Dr. Chiwenga in absentia, the Honorable Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired KCD Mohadi, our National Chairman, Comrade Mchinguri, who is with us here, the Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Charles Tabengwa, the Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Rodzi, other honorable ministers and deputy ministers who are here, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Ushuaia, senior government officials who are here, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. It is my singular honor and pleasure to officiate at this launch of the Zimbabwe Tourism and Hospitality Industry Policy. This event is occurring at a time when the tourism and hospitality industry has become one of the key contributors to the national GDP. After the manufacturing sector, agriculture, and mining. This has seen the tourism sector playing its part in the increase of our GDP from US 16 billion American dollars in 2018 to the current level of over 44 billion US dollars. To further consolidate this growth trajectory, my government adopted a comprehensive tourism and hospitality industry growth strategy, which includes the development and implementation of a robust tourism policy. Additionally, attendant enablers and projects are ongoing to enhance targeted tourism development and promotion in our country. The unveiling of this policy is, therefore, timely, as it dovetails with our national development agenda. It also echoes the collective aspirations of the people of our great motherland, Zimbabwe, to establish, promote, and enjoy a prosperous and fulfilling quality of life. I commend stakeholders for ensuring that the people and communities are central to this tourism and hospitality industry policy. In line with Section 13 of our Constitution, as well as the Tourism Act, Chapter 1420. In its implementation, I encourage you all to ensure that promotion and development of the sector stands guided by our national development philosophy, Nyika inovakwa igotongwa igonamatibwa neve nevayo. ilizwe lakiwa likulekelwe ngabanikazi walo. Hallelujah. Ladies and gentlemen, the realization of a balanced tourism hospitality industry is essential for equitable development that benefits local communities in both rural and urban areas. It is commendable that the development of the tourism and hospitality policy involved broad stakeholder consultations with the perspectives of our people being heard, with the perspectives of our, while critical gaps within this sector were also identified. Going forward, you are challenged to remain engaged with the people, making sure that their concerns are not only heard but addressed when necessary. The socio-economic benefits from the tourism sector should ultimately cascade to all Zimbabweans, including the marginalized and vulnerable communities in the country. As we scale up growth within the tourism hospitality industry, it is critically important that we do so with the rest of society and our economy in mind. Due attention must be given to protecting and preserving our flora and fauna. The modernization and development of new tourism products must not be to the detriment of our natural habitats, cultural traditions, values, and norms. In our quest to develop Zimbabwe into a prime tourism destination that is informed by international best practice, I exhort the sector to remain guided by the primary goals outlined under this policy. These include utilization of innovative strategies to accelerate tourism and hospitality industry development and promotion, strengthening human capacity development in the tourism and hospitality industry, development of robust physical and digital infrastructure for the tourism and hospitality industry, strengthening the legal and the regulatory frameworks to improve the cost and the ease of doing business, fostering regional and international cooperation to grow the tourism and hospitality industry, among other aspects. As per the hallmark of my administration, it is my expectation that the policy implementation will be anchored on the whole of government approach, characterized by clarity among ministries, departments, and agencies. Under the Second Republic, tourism is private sector driven, community owned, and facilitated by government. This tripartite model must be nurtured to ensure that all actors in the tourism ecosystem are fully engaged in shaping and benefiting from the sector. It is pleasing that, to date, several notable projects have been completed towards the growth and modernization of the tourism sector. We take note of increased investments in hospitality infrastructure across the country, the increase of high-quality Airbnb is a trend that must be appropriately regulated and supported by our country's hospitality industry, along with other products that cater for various target groups of the population. The ongoing branding of our airports and the border posts, the National Beautification Program, and the refurbishment of flagship hotels, including Rainbow Tourism Group, Cresta Hotels, and Africa Sun, will go a long, long way towards enhancing the country's hospitality infrastructure and readiness to host visitors from across the world. Connectivity and accessibility to our tourism destinations across the country continue to be a priority area for my government. As such, the ongoing upgrading of roads and transport infrastructure has taken into cognizance road networks catering for tourism sites. These include the Bind Bridge Chirundu Road and the upcoming Bulawayo Victoria Falls Road, among others. Meanwhile, government commenced the ongoing work on the 10,000-seater cricket stadium in the Masue Special Economic Zone in Victoria Falls. If it doesn't come up well, it is not my fault. That one. I told her I'll support her if whatever she imagines is needed. So it depends on her imagination. The agreement on the establishment of the Africa International Academy for Culinary Arts in partnership with UN Tourism must be timelessly implemented to increase our human capital in this field. I applaud the sector for the decision to host the Sanganai Hlanganani in Manicaland province, which is in line with our devolution and decentralization agenda. Makomuyo. The hosting of the event in the Eastern Highlands must expose our people, as well as both domestic and international tourists, to the beauty of our country, as well as our diversity and rich cultural heritage. We look forward to the promotion of other initiatives throughout our provinces, such as the Ntwasa Arts Festival in Bulawayo, the Budula Cultural Festival in Chikombedzi, Ndau Festival of the Arts in Chipinge, and the Nyanga Arts Festival, among others. Our community tourism must always foster sustainable practices to preserve our heritage, while also availing authentic experiences for travelers. In line with the current national and global demographics, I challenge the tourism sector to boldly develop new products which incorporate aspects such as theme parks, amusement centers, and science parks to cater for families and young travelers. The use of digital platforms and ICTs must be leveraged to enhance our tourism marketing strategies, while language use should take into account our diverse source markets. Finally, I implore the hospitality and the tourism industry to remain anchored in our rich Zimbabwean culture, traditions, and values. We are Zimbabweans and African. This is what we must offer to the world. We must not emulate what we are not. As a sector, never apologize for who we are, because we are who we are. With these remarks, I declare the Zimbabwe Tourism and Hospitality Industry Policy officially launched. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe.
End of applause. Makorokoto, Zimbabwe. Another hand of applause. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We wish to invite you to officially cut the ribbon and launch the policy so that we can now put it in the public domain. At this juncture, I'd like to invite Your Excellency, assisted by Honorable Minister Rhodzi and the top table, to launch the Tourism Policy 2025. Hand of applause as they approach the table. Hand of applause. Mururu. There are ladies in the house. Mururu. Another hand of applause as we receive the booklet. Maoko, as His Excellency takes back his seat. You may be seated. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, for the launch of the Tourism and Hospitality Industry Policy that's going to guide us from 2025 to 2030. At this juncture, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Honorable Deputy Minister Tim Mnangagwa to give us a vote of thanks and closing remarks. Honorable Tim Mnangagwa, sir.
Master of Ceremony, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Patron of Environment and Tourism, Dr. A. Mnangagwa in absentia, the Vice President, Honorable General Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga in absentia, Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired KCD Moadi, National Chairman of ZANU-PF, Minister of Defense, Honorable OCZ Mchinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Harare Province, Honorable Senator CZ Tawenga, Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable B. Rodzi, Honorable Ministers here present, the Chief Secretary to the Office of the President and Cabinet, Dr. Rushwaya, Parliament Portfolio Committee on Tourism and Hospitality Industry Chairperson, Ms. J. Mamombe, and other committee members here present, Deputy Chief Secretaries here present, the Secretary for Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Dr. T. Munyanyiwa, and other secretaries here present, senior government officials, President of the Tourism Business Council of Zimbabwe, development partners, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and heartfelt appreciation, this is the launch of the Tourism and Hospitality Industry Policy. It's very momentous as it signals the beginning of a new chapter in our collective journey to transform and elevate Zimbabwe's tourism sector. On behalf of my ministry, allow me to extend our deepest gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, and to Her Excellency, our patron, Dr. A. Mnangagwa, for your unwavering support and visionary leadership, which continues to serve as a beacon guiding our efforts as Team Tourism. Your participation today sends a powerful message on the centrality of tourism in driving national development. To the honorable ministers, here present members of parliament, senior government officials, captains of the tourism industry, our development partners, civil society representatives, and all invited guests, thank you for your attendance, steadfast support, partnership, and dedication to the policy development process. Your collective engagement reaffirms our whole of society commitment to positioning Zimbabwe as a premier tourism destination. As we leave this gathering, let us do so with a renewed sense of purpose, as we have laid down a solid foundation through this policy, which outlines a clear vision and strategic direction. Our unity, collaboration, consistency will be the key in building the vibrant, resilient tourism sector we envision. As His Excellency the President reminds us every time, this policy will only bear fruit if each and everyone takes up their role in building the tourism we desire. Let us now move forward with zeal and urgency to bring this policy to life for the benefit of communities across the entire tourism value chain. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I urge each and every one of us to translate the spirit of this launch into concrete action. Our vision as a Ministry of Tourism cuts across all ministries. We changed our motto now. We used to say Zimbo. We now say Experience Zimbabwe. So if I say experience, you say Zimbabwe. Experience? Zimbabwe. Experience? Zimbabwe. So, Experience Zimbabwe, it means in Zimbabwe here from all the different ministries, I would single out even Home Affairs, my airports. We are experience makers. When someone visits the country, the experience that we give them is the one that makes them come back or go and invite others. So everyone in here is an experience maker. A taxi driver is an experience maker. A policeman is an experience maker. So now graduates, I may say my experience makers in tourism. Tourism is a powerful catalyst for inclusive growth and national prosperity. As we embark on the journey of implementing this policy, may it be marked by transformation, measurable progress, and a deep commitment to empowering communities across the tourism value chain. Thank you very much, Ndatenda.
You have been watching a live broadcast of the Tourism and Hospitality Industry Policy 2025 to 2030. And of course, His Excellency the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, has launched the policy at State House in Harare. The policy is a result of wide consultations and also in line with the government, with the Second Republic's strategy of leaving no one and no place behind. The President said tourism is a key contributor to the national development after other sectors like mining, agriculture, and manufacturing. And he also said that tourism development must be people-centered and development must be done with the people and society in mind. It must not be done to the detriment of flora and fauna. And he also culture. Well, it has been a pleasure having you here on ZBC TV as we were watching that live broadcast of the launch of the Tourism and Hospitality Policy 2025 to 2030. My name is David Shumba. It has been a pleasure having you with Susan Masona on the sign language desk. Special thanks to the entire team behind the scenes. Good afternoon.